Hello, good morning, everyone. Good morning. Safina waba fahudie show yiswa. Mepes pa se obe share video no. Share video no ne yanko. And then mene mo ba be kenkan some documents bia. Trend pa na se Kevin Taylor sa Agyapade yi hu we na Ghanafoɔ no yɛ na sɛbi yɛntu anamo wɔ mprɛmprɛn so nea ɛsɛ sɛ yɛyɛ nti ɛnɛ meba abɛto me bo ase paa na me ne wo akasa na yɛ asɛmpɛnsɛmpɛn nsɛm no mu na me koraa mekenkan no me ho adwiri me papapapapa nti afei na waba fa ahodie hotspot show Lady May yɛde dwumadie no ɛreba abɛhyɛ aseɛ. Onua a wohwɛ me mɛpɛ sɛ wobɛhyɛ video no. Hyɛ video no ne yɛnkɔ. Ɛnɛ yɛba bɛkenkan nneɛma bi. Menyɛ ni sɛ nkurɔfo bebree adwene akɔ saa nneɛma no ho. Nti mɛpɛ sɛ wobɛhyɛ video no na wode bɛto platform biara a wowɔ so biara. Wohu sɛ Ghana no yɛn werɛ fi sɛ yɛyɛ manframanfrafoɔ na yɛte Ghana hɔ. Ebi mo mpene sɛ yɛn nyinaa yɛfiri baabi mbeambea na obi abɛpere asase wɔ Ghana na baabi a obiara sɛ mebɔ me last name a wotumi hu baabi a mefiri. Obi nso bɔ ne last name wotumi hu sɛ ofiri abusuakuo wei mu. Ɛna yɛn nyinaa yɛpereyɛ. Ebi mu toa yɛn wɔ Ghana hɔ. Ahɔhoɔ bi toa yɛn ɛsiane sɛ asase no a yɛn yɛkɔ duɛ so no anaasɛ na asase no a yɛkɔ suɛ so no abusuakuo bi ɛbɛtoa yɛn wɔ hɔ ne yɛn bɛpere ngyapadeɛ ho. Ɛna meba bɛto me bo ase ne wakasa paa. Abusuafoɔ bi ɛbɛtoa yɛn ne yɛn bɛpere ngyapadeɛ bi ho a wɔyɛ aborɔfo. Ebenezer, welcome. Mepɛ sɛ wobɛhyɛ video mesrɛ wo ma wo comment mmra papapapa na Facebook notify nkurɔfoɔ. Meba bɛkankan agyapadeɛ wei no na me nua sɛ wo nsa nkan bi a ɛsɛ sɛ w'ani bere saa asɛm wei so. Sɛ w'ani mbere nso koraa no a it is an information for you. Yɛbɛ sue Ghana no nkurɔfo bi wei ɛne yɛn bɛko ntɔkwa aborɔfo. Na saa ntɔkwa no ɛkɔwie sɛ ɔmo bɛkyekyɛ yɛn mu. Ɛnɛ meba bɛka synopsis. Meba bɛma wo synopsis ne makan. Na fa w'adwene kɔ Ghana ho na hwɛ sɛ Ghana kɔ akɔwie ɛwɔ hefa. Mmerɛ aborɔfo no baa yɛ ɔmo ne yɛn bɛko yɛ no yɛn papa Kwame Nkrumah hu nyansa bi sɛ wohwɛ bibifo a we've been fighting since time memorial. Yɛma scenario bi, example bi wɔ Bible mu sɛ Isaac ne papa gyaa ne agyapadeɛ no ɔkɔdege ɔyɛ sɛ ɔboaboa agyapadeɛ no a na tambulances ne Tobiases ne kyɛ sɛ ɔmo keka ho ɛno yɛ Nehemiah na the traditionalist foɔ no na ɔmo atu asi ne so na wɔagya no wakɔto abu afoforɔ wɔn give up. Saa adeɛ no, thank you very much, thank you. Ebi si wɔ Ghanafoɔ so. Aborɔfo yi bɛkyekyɛ yɛn mu sɛneɛ ɔmo hu ngudi ɛwɔ nsase no so no. Germanfoɔ fa ha, wei Englandfoɔ fa ha, hwan Englishfoɔ, Frenchfoɔ, Portuguesefoɔ, Spanishfoɔ, obi bia bɛfa ne kyɛfa wɔ Ghana. Arabfoɔ nyinaa wei mpepe kyɛ sɛ obi aba Ghana. Ɛsan ngudi ɛwɔ hɔ nti. Na ɛkɔ wie sɛ Kwame Nkrumah gye fa ahodie sɛ Ghanafoɔ obibini nso betimi akura etimi ama na japadeɛ no watimi asom adi a yɛ adwuma no nkrɔfoɔ bi mu ampene na yɛgye fa ahodie ne to mu because yɛnya vote fa hodie eye independence away say yankasa ya asase no ye ma obi na nhwe so mayen cause na brofo ne na ehwe so ena me be kenkan Agyapa deal no na wate wasum me be kan me ne part 1 part 2 part 3 nti every Saturday bia ne hia me wa Hawaii na ma video no nkwa akiri se no se wa oni wa ma o comment na ma eya na omo mpese omo be ma notification because of ya anom nti ma comment ne mra give a lot of comment and na yeah cause be brente ye na enkuruma beje fa hodie no ye prayer by emomutu nkuruma free so ena ekoba ne se kuku ne hu ne amaniama we sorry abusia ku we sorry abusia fo sorry anamfofo e sorry anamatu ahye Ghana fo so enamfofo we kogina ha no mo emmeku omo plan no matu ahye Ghana fo so ena ekosi se JJ Rollins ebetena Ghana so ma o kamo sa nneema ni nyina ema empenfo omo deda nkuo na no sa na brofo yeye omo ji tumi efri omo nchen ena JJ Rollins be kamo ekuro no ekosi se ye beje amanyukuo mefa ne se we democracy kabina min kabia mamuo ena ye jitu mu no asase bi thank you very much for coming ye independence etu mu no ebi mo ampene ye sa we independence no there was an opposition democracy there was also an opposition and na meni menua be me bia chese wa bin e was an nsem no mu mekan introduction ne keke akere mu na ya taking over from there share the video because see a normal reporting ne amantino enkofo ba video no so an normally first nanka me so camera pepepe na we no mahu say nsem bia ye ka wa ha no e ya asem a eto aso it be very careful. Just share the video, let your comments keep coming in. Wow, woton wa de mabodwa mesi apata onso bra beton na fako se wen gina ha no mo a meyi metu udwa no afri ho meyi udwa no afri ho nti I want you guys to really engage yourself on a platform na yonko nti emra ye democracy tu mu no kai se nkrofo bi mu epese omu eno modi Ghana so. And these are the reasons why Obroni stripped power from all sectors to make everyone equal, just so people will not envy or a family will not get up and say, it is our turn, this is our we did this, we were more powerful, we were that. These are the reasons. Me pa kire wo say document we want. The reasons why we should really be careful about entertaining chieftaincies and powerful areas, powerful that nipa. This document is a call for change in the Ghana constitution. This is a call for a change, in our constitution. This document, because you see, ebimo some people did not accept the fact that Ghana is democratic system and everybody have the right to vote and choose a leadership. Why? Because they didn't feel as if they were, I would say, rewarded enough for what they've done for Ghana. Everybody in Ghana has done something. Obi biara, everybody has done something. This is very dangerous for our society in these days. Let me just start and begin to read the intro, and then I will invite my brother onto the platform. This is the beginning of the Agyapa deal. No, to our future made up of the present, and the unborn, for whom this will of a nation is being prepared. To our foremost king, Oforipeni, the progenies spread across this world, for whom and to whom alone this sacred document is prepared. This is serious. This is very, very serious. As the heirs of Nana Epianim, Kwaframa, Nana Kuntum Kunuku, and the Oforipeni, our people were never defeated in the war of old. We were nobody's subject. And yet, after 1957, we were made to live in the shadows of other descendants of people who never defeated us in war, while the Ashanti kingdom was uplifted to put us in the shade. In relatively recent time, the struggles and the works of J.B. Dankwa to restore Ochimane to its original glory were thwarted, but he fought bravely to the end. With the arrival of Nana Akufo-Addo, we see the rebirth of a second J.B. Dankwa, who has come to the rescue, fully recognizant, that we are currently part of the modern nation of Ghana, the name of which was originally proposed by the illustrious son of Oforipeni of Ochimane. Keep in mind, this is all about Ochimane. You would understand why certain things are happening. The name Ghana was, they were told as they were growing up, their forefathers told them Ghana belonged to them. Ghana, they are the head. They should be the ones to inherit. Over America, a certain people has acquired so much land, they say they are very powerful, but because of the law, because of these things, abrofuni ni nyansa so mo mpese da achi bi ebusiefo bi ebe sore say omo asase ne Canada or US or UK or wherever, omo ni nyansa pa ntumu de omere bi toto ho. Because this, if this was to happen during JJ Rollins time, anka Ghana wo anka Ghana anka chim spread and come sorry ewo Ghana for nyina so. So let us keep in mind, Pastor, this time now document we are out, you know, it is a bit too late, but can we do something about it? Okay, can we do something about it? Because they believe the name Ghana was they were never defeated in war. They were not also they lived in the shadow of Ashanti-four, and they didn't want to do that. And also another point was that they were never recognized for the work J.B. Dankwa did, okay, which was made up of, okay, they were in the shadow of that one. So despite of J.B. Dankwa's these people has lived in the shadow of other people. We have to assert our old selves and ensure that we no longer continue to live in the shadow of other kings and people. Those forebears we defeated in war. Okay. In spite of our tremendous contribution to this, to this Ghana entity, one second, to this Ghana entity, Ochimane has never been credited with the appropriate and grandiose that we rightly deserve in recent times. Who are they talking about? They are talking about the Ashanti Kingdom. You see, the Ashantis, Nana Otumfuo has gained this popularity by the Ashantis, and they never liked it. This is a typical example of a family, a child growing up in with a couple of people, maybe adopted, feels as if say he has always been an outcast into onyiniye with revenge. This is an example of that. So currently, with Nana in total control of the whole entity of Ghana, we have a duty to ensure that we take over the commanding heights of the essential fabric of the country, in order that even in the event that Nana leaves the scene after the mandatory 8 years, the sons and the daughters of Ochiman would be firmly secured and such control, both financially and economically, that we can no longer be ignored in a battle of control and destiny of Ghana. Video no mame. Video no. To achieve, we need to appropriate the fundamentals, economic and financial levels, which would guarantee such control in years to come. This is just the introduction. In doing this, we need to be strategic. We would have to work with other people from some of the diverse ethnic groups, including some carefully selected people in Ashanti and other diverse ethnicities or land. This would make them believe that they also have a hand in a pie. It would obscure any suspicion that the project is essentially an Ofori-Payne project. This is the introduction of the Japa deal. Their whole plan was to take over Ghana and control. You can understand why my brother Bebem, now the manifestation of this Bible. This point is crucial because with electoral politics, we have to have our eyes on the numbers in the electoral process. We cannot be blatant until we are completely secure in the endeavor. It is especially so because so far the Asantes constitutes the single most populous ethnic group in the country. Although the Ashanti group within the current MPP is gearing itself to take over the party after Nana tenure in 2024, it would be ideal if we could work to bypass them in 2024. With hard work, we could work to pass the mantle over to a non-Akan person, preferably from the north. Now you understand Baumia's job. You understand the remote control. You understand the Mr. Johnny, when he stands on puppet, the nervousness in his voice, because he's placed there for a purpose. He knows he's not in charge. He's placed there as a ceremonial presidential candidate. Now you understand. They preferably to take a northerner so they can outweigh the Ashantis. Under whose presidency we could secure the maturity of our takeover project. This is very, very important. This is a Bible that was again written by our people. These are our people. These are the family who wants to take over with all this plan. And now, strategically, they've been strategic with selecting the selections of who should be the president. They've been strategically selected who should be the Bank of Ghana lead in sectors, the Supreme Court judges. They strategically they've muted all the stakeholders and also the leaders in the country. So they will think that they are part of the pie. When we have finally captured the command and control sector of the country for our private use, now you also understand the reason why they are selling things to themselves, right? Making sure that their children get married to specific people so they can overtake those people, because they place the people there for a purpose. First of all, they place the people there for a purpose. Once there is no use, they will give instruction to the daughter. Wow, ba akwawari was if you want to say, oh, for a reason. When they finally sells those things to themselves, then I'll say we will then be in a better position to wield the necessary political and economic muscle to manage the destiny of this country under the reign of the house of Ofori-Penny. To be specific, we need to strengthen our efforts to control the minerals resources as well as the electricity and water institutions. The success of these projects depends on the way in which we, for the time being, control the judiciary and the press. My brother, welcome. Xavier, welcome onto the Fanhudi Hotspot show. And then me reading this, I needed a nice cup of whey beside me, so I can stomach this whole thing that I was reading. Let me just finish the last one, and then we can break into a question, and then you can lead us into what this thing is all about, because this is very, very dangerous to developing Ghana. You see, this is a call for, this needs to be looked into by, if Ghana has brainers and Ghana has fathers of the country, this needs to be looked into very, very carefully. Also, in conclusion of the first introduction, in conclusion, we conclude with a word of caution. Until we have secured the critical sectors under our control, we should minimize the danger of obvious acts of individual corruption in order not to alienate the rest of the population. We must focus on the ultimate goal. We must seek first the economic and financial levers, and all others will follow eventually. What will follow? Let me just, first of all, there are sectors, there are sectors, miss the beginning, better late than never. Yes, Priscilla, you haven't missed anything. I've just started to brief people on the Agyapa deal. No, this thing is very, very dangerous. This is so clear. The leak of this document is very, very interesting. That nothing in Ghana should even look like or feels like this direction, because, and yes, we are doomed. Let me just read to you what they plan to do. The economic and the financial system institutes the nerves of every country. Indeed, political power and economic control are inextricably linked in such a way that any group that controls economic might of a nation essentially controls its political power. At the same time, political power is virtually a condition precedence to economic and financial power in our country and Africa as whole. Our agenda for political dominance would hinge on our financial might. So basically, Bawumia, as we see Bawumia standing on the pulpit, we all see that he's very, very nervous. And this is what we are reading here. Guys, if you are just joining us, we are just trying to make sure that people understand what is really inside the Agyapa deal. And I've read the introduction part and just into what they plan to do in the financial sector. Our agenda for the political power, they want to maintain political power, and for them to do that is to arrest all the banks that they collapse is all inside here. All the bank they collapse, it's inside here. We therefore need an overwhelming control of the key economic growth pillars of Ghana. Such dominance would ensure significant inflow of resources to finance our political blueprints. Again, control of key economic and financial sectors will give an apparel leverage in the periods we may not have direct political authority. So they understand they may not have a political authority. With economic power, we could manipulate the system to generate an unfavorable economic situations. Yeah, Charlie. Economic situations to make any government of the day not directly under our control to become unpopular. So they are willing to make things very difficult for Ghanaians just so they want to maintain power. Just so they are willing, and it says that here they want to make sure that things for Ghanaians very difficult, so people will see the political power that is in power. No, so they are teaching their children right now. If Oslo has a child, it has a kid, they are teaching them all their offsprings, the people, the unborn, the born. They are teaching Ochimine that they own Ghana, or Achim, Chebi, all those people. No, they are putting it into their heads that they offer repaying the house of the chief, sort of rolled over the whole Achim, and they take ownership of Ghana. So that is what this is given, and they are willing to put Ghanaians in a very, very difficult financial situation, just as right now, to make the government unpopular. To make any government who is in power no unpopular. The importance of a significantly large and stable financial firepower to finance the execution of our political and economic control project cannot be overemphasized. And that is what they plan to do. Also, the first phase of the economic and the financial sector control was to be implemented in Nana's first term. Nana's first term, you guys saw the decline, the collapsing of other banks. And all this was here. We all saw the collapsing of other banks. And also, so Nana first term, as we get to closer to the end of the term, we have set the ball rolling regarding the objectives set out in our first document. There have been difficulties, largely due to some pitfalls on our part. For example, the control of the electricity sector could have been handled better had it not be some greedy non-achim. So anything that went wrong, Nanado here, more santifo amuomunu. Nanado said, "Enya chimney na ye." Everything, it was the greedy Ashanti people or none of them had it. We had included as a cover. They have included the people as a cover, and they've been greedy. Again, the way some CSOs obtained vital information easily about the Japa project has resulted in them footing us in a emboldened and opposition to jump into the fray. We should, however, find some indigenous way to overcome the opposition. Changes in the leadership of the most supervisory institution. That one Nana keeps changing. You see how many people he has changed over the course of the year. It's not as if something has happened, because he doesn't trust these people. You see, there were these MPs he took off and changed their position. Also, the people for disabled, the guy who was disabled, yes, blame the chiefs, okay? The guy who was disabled, Nana keep changing people because of this deal, because of this thing. So the changes of the bank, particularly the Central Bank and Securities and Exchange Commission, has allowed for other blueprints to be implemented. For example, the financial sector cleanup successfully eliminated most banks with hostile ownership. So I read to the stage 2, page 2. Papa Xavier Akwaba.
Yeah, man. Roger the same.
Nyankopon adom. Inti mami me say are you guys aware of this document? Are Ghanaians aware of this whole document as a threat to a national development?
Yeah, at this particular moment, you know, sir, this particular document, last week I read part of the first phase to you, and the first phase, by people get not to believe in it, and this is the second phase, almost an actual, yeah, because there are some of content behind our first phase anymore. They couldn't implement it, and they refer it back to the second phase in a new plan. But one say in politics, I used to say most of we Ghanaians, we are not much enlightened in politics because yet the tribe any bibia Afra politics in
Mm-hmm.
the development of this country. Into
Mm.
into obu ona so hu
Sorry, tie
sit
for
down.
while baby a yɛkasa firi Ghana nti ɛyɛ ana aka ate kom kakra. Mɛsrɛ sɛ mobɛhyɛ video no. This is a part one. I know today I'm not going to keep long. What I just read is what we are going to talk about. My brother knows a lot about it, so please share the video and also make sure your comment keeps coming in. Okasa free Ghana nti na ma the network, Why? Papa Savia Koso.
Yeah. And because of politics and the style of politics particularly the NPP for play in this country Ama nipa bibiri na find it difficult so better krata we ase. And progressively implementing niema nkakra 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 saa e de abepem ba bi a yedri. Enti right now so we Ghana ni and as obi o ye Ghana ni bia na opese wote Akufo-Addo amamuo ene niema omoye ene niema omaye ene ne omugu so ye ase yi then you need to get this document and read it because document we right now I can say it is quite stronger than even our constitution
Yeah.
regarding amamua Akufo-Addo ebu
Mm-hmm.
this particular document enema ewo mu eye adwuma sing the constitution of the land.
Mm-hmm.
And that is what I would say. Yeah. Emo obi and nada one I say on cancel be a enfan. It is fact, it is real. Say and someone omuka yi any near what kind okay na I am following it. And you could see say idea be a woman be na omu get it omu way through implement it, omu implement it.
Mm-hmm.
With the reference of phase one, okay about the electricity fail one and who are they are doing now.
Mm-hmm.
These are about the PDS These are about the PDS. So even when you go back to the introduction of the document now, what
Mm-hmm.
did they say? They spoke about say although the Ashanti group in the NPP were gearing themselves to take over the party after an announced tenure in 2024, but it would be ideal if they could work to bypass them in 2024.
That's
Then they
right.
will pass over the mantle over to a non-account person, preferably say nipa free northern region. And who is that person? It's not Baumia.
Baumia.
Look at the energy, any the input Akufo-Addo any nebusuanfoɔ ɛde hyɛ mu ɛma Baumia bɛyɛ flag bearer. What should I tell you again as a Ghanaian?
Mm-hmm.
What do you want
Mm-hmm.
to hear again? What do you want to see again? Because it is written there. Say akani bedi party n'anim ɛyɛ particular the NPP na ɛno ɛbɛsɛe ɔmo nneɛma a ɛwɔ sɛ ɔmo yɛ. They
Omo
cannot
person.
execute their mission. Yes.
Let me
And you
read
know,
that.
the papa money say they need
Let
to.
me read that to viewers who may be new. Or say, although the Ashanti group within the current MPP is gearing itself to take over the party after Nana's tenure in 2024, it would be ideal if we could work to bypass them in 2024. With hard work, we could work to pass the mantle over to a non-Akan, an Akan person, preferably. That's why Alan Amedi Adieno, preferably a northerner, under whose presidency we could secure the maturity. So they have not even done anything yet, according to what this is. Just a way there, just a grobi na umabedi achire.
Yeah. Say ohwe ensem we wo krata nim ene ensem wo mu kan dia. Then they have a lot to do because taking over the economic and the financial sector of the country, it have a long way to do. Enti ni omo ye bia no, omo ni kura ni blueprint and omo de ye.
Yeah.
And manifesto a omo de ba ye, policies omo de ba ye nyina no to them no a slogans eno no keke no omo ye e de adada the citizen of Ghana.
Yeah.
But baby a omo de oman na eko oman direction kasa ne de e wo se oman no edi omo nsam na omo timi ye omo pe. Even se omo wa aban mu, se omo ni aban mu, se
That's right. That's what the
NPP na wa aban mu, se NDC na wa aban mu no. Se NPP wa aban mu a, then they need to make sure say the candidate no be wa aban mu no ebe obi a o support omo project.
Yeah.
He said Dr. Mahmoud Baumia.
Yeah.
As a NDC na was so not just say we have already captured the economic and the financial levels of the country. And you know they will use those Sikano Omanyano and the control of some of the public institutions now take over no. Now you say omotimi ede aha aban na otis one say na be ya aban no ebe look unpopular to the people of Ghana. So this is the agenda. And the agenda we know a very strong agenda at this particular point and Ghana for me we need to project this agenda. We need to print out all these books and share it to the people in the street. Now, how dangerous these people are. Because me, the very day I'm carrying this document, I don't see Akufo-Addo as my president anymore. I don't see him as my president. Anytime I'm for this document, I kind of Emma Abufo Eba Makumum.
Yeah.
Emma Abufo Eba Makumum. Serious. I don't know why the NDC, we are the largest opposition party. More Ghana has seen now. Or more and our quality Ghana as you are. Say you know, your money at this particular document.
I don't get it. This,
because this particular document, Mama, the next time I benya kwanya ye document you go through it step by step.
yes.
And you understand how our plotting near be even editor NDC and Casa particularly.
Uchire me baby amenka metimi akan because say yakan phase 1 phase 2 and ye wo economic and financial sector plan for that sector no be place from be close bank ni nyina wa ha. If you tell me go on or say data bank financial services has been playing the role of transaction advisor in major government deals while the enterprise group is the main insurer of the government assets. Our international proxies, they are Ghana for yes you so hwe ekromu ha wo hu saa de no abrofo hu ne tetetete abrofo hu ye se nkrofo bi betimi asore daache ewo mo nananom so ena omo breaki omo de say Rollins can say me say say the country must look into policies and constitution that even if the devil becomes a president ontimi bypass it so what is our way no Rollins a
Yeah.
kind.
Yeah.
What? Okay, when I was in Ghana, share COVID levy winning in our home. Catching baby, I mean kind. Emma Ghana Fontia Saban Pesa me yan makuna. Yet on this show today, part 1. I'm going to rebook it if I can finish this one. So the plan was Kenoforia Tano, the bank, and yet the main financial sector play as advisory role. But so what the main enterprise in our international proxies are also playing their part in accordance with our broad objectives. The assertion of Kelmi, GVG, into the telecommunication space and the implementation of Unipass at Ghana's key entry port are other notable success of phase 1. The digitization of sorry, you go on.
Yeah. So you see, this is about all our data bank. Any send a between the data bank. I control all the banks I work Ghana has say. What him say before say I could for the Bible. Na data bank bank be na guanisa. And then if I'm correct, na data bank was just like 3 branches. But now I know can say, say with the help say ya data bank say onyina Ghana name busia bi ebebo bia bonds bi ebekwa raise bia no. And now I know because the data bank around 17 branches to 18 Ghana has it, if I'm not getting it wrong. So you see, all what data bank is playing is that data bank any blaster brokerage a chasa do bua hindiano. Omo se si anu se Ghana kwa ko raise bonds bia na. Omo any jina Ghana name as a transaction advisors, and they are getting 10% out of it. And there was a time the President John Dramani Mahama can say be say Nana Danko Kufuado at the Nunua Bank and asset as transaction advisor at the Amo Mine Ghana. And Busia be a Bobia, bonds be a raise biano. They are getting their money out of it. And we are going to as a wood here. You can just Google how much is data bank making from the country. How much? Data bank in just a Kufuado first term now. Now you the first 2 bonds of raising here, they got almost 39 million Ghana cedis. 39 million. Right now, Omonia more than 300 million Ghana cedis from your bonds are you raising kwa. And that is why I ban we you are say the biano so money in this car instead say not to mine internally. Ama Ghana no anya no ho afa no ntoma poifra no. They need to go out there and raise bonds. Because the more now you be raise bond, the more now no monso you rich. No man I poor. This is what data bank is doing. Yes, Ghana raise bond via data bank and a blaster brokerage. Omunya almost 10%, 10% out of it. I mean, can you say Ghana edge 10 billion, but see now, almost 10 million. When the country go for loan in billions, they also make millions. So you see how it is. And these are what they are doing. And it is very serious. And a rare idea of my implement your man, Juma or mine. Why are you down? Why are you making ourselves say Bibi and Koso? You can go down there and read about the banking sector. Say Ghana for episode omuti as how are omutimi collapse banks. How are omuti making sure say banks control the Central Bank of Ghana. Even say oye NDC ni na say wonso ukra bank ni bi. So we obi a we Ghana ni na say wono ma adwen kra nye pa ombefa kwan bi so na omatimi collapse wadwuma ene ne wuye nyina. And this and say Ghana banks here only just 9 billion and their survival. And these people were able to take more than 25 billion and they collapse the banks. And people are happy because man say, yeah, you know, say when you go down, media people are, they have also planned them there. They are on their payrolls are
Oh
billions
yeah.
every month.
Oh yeah, it says to take over and the press. So you know, this thing is very, guys, this is very depressing. Papa Nana Akwaba, what is your take on this thing? Osha Ghana, are Ghanaians really taking this seriously? And I say it is one of the inframanibia abɛbɔ Ghana ho, nanso onim sɛ biribi di mframa n'akyi ɛɛba a we're making preparation Ghana, they will suffer for the rest of their lives.
Okay, me da se mitia otie fo nyina. Ghana for no ho. You depending mostly on this journalists be bring no mon kind of no. For us to ABR on us benya time, I like about yeah, they no any understanding of whatever they are saying, you know. Yeah. So they are mostly, you know, they depend on the news coming from the journalists. And he said, yeah, sometimes who yes, I document so yeah, people to my background say, when I watch your book, you know, when I watch you say. So these MPP people are still feeding on the minds of some ignorant people in Ghana. If you get a chance to read the book, ultimately say no, everything in the book, you know, happen one by one. So then the church say the arcade, you know, embim. Even na say the kind starting from the Baomia's own, Ombefa no na can. Omo trust say Ombefo be of north, and they pick Baumia from the northern sector. So I do confirm share banks are ye go no. Kresikaki 2 and or sanke timidi say bank no. Emani Gina. About we and yes, Ecofa over 20 million Ghana cedis. Edible bank. Just because Senebeya we can for Riata Bank be holdy. A holdy and not was standing as ABR. Or a holdy and was standing as say Ghana for Kojilo no Manonia. Wabaya advice our mind. Now Sikana will say that the importance of the central bank or Ghana say a Kojilo never far honomono. Now Kofa can Uforiata Mon Bank. No when you for so. So this were all orchestrated. Yemfa mineral sector ni saying. The mineral sector saying they won't say Ghana for say yeah mineral resources. Yeah, the China for China food to a man in one. MPP for na share. Yet Ghana, but we almost say the policy be a friend gold for the gold there because oil. As it stand now, you name gold to do almost free Ghana. Man on some of the koji oil aba. And then name oil to do some with the aba Ghana. Yet I dare South Sudan actually am catching say sa policy no Bank of Ghana be catching so we trust our policy no. Now gold down with the coin e wa himfa and oil ben am with the aba Ghana. Oil ben and am with the aba Ghana. So these people are criminals. Who said some time ago a take big bar out can Japan. No, gasa there MPP government. So Mumbai catch Ghana for set time or standing for the presidential candidate, you know. In a house of big number MPP no. Or can say MPP for no say or boy, say Ghana for infrastructure mineral resource na into Ghana hand. We don't get anything. So this book no much sure no. Dia na Akufo-Addo papa JB Dankwa. A person on year went to Yanya again. I had to say pain be what or mindful mono. And then Akufo-Addo for failing. Akufo-Addo no, he didn't come as a president for Ghana. He came to fulfill their my person on year. So and young one wants to say at time DMPCC Castle, you can come out and no fake birthday. For what reason? Ghana Sika. What time? I come on, give me some fake birthday. So this particular MPP government, sometimes, you know, there are some little people who almost say like they are fighting for the party. Yeah, no more because they've gotten a chance to read the book. There are two Alan saying, there's just Alan Chairman saying, oh, book, but he didn't take it serious. And then I don't know. So he said, yeah, to Alan, now that's what party Nimuna, you are not part of them, and you are still gearing for their, and then it is possible, see where you are. sometimes I guess what some people learn, it's funny. It's funny. Are we blind or what? And I just say ethnicity na eku and I say party colors na eku say oh I did we crowd party and be ko wo mu crowd no, it's not right.
Then what is the sense of the party? Because the party came so you be alive. The party came so you be alive. But if you say menene beko woman, that means what Jimmy sorry.
Yeah,
Jimmy
because again, let me tip in this thing. Share, train almost somebody buy ya a accident in the just look at the footage, share video, no, like there is nothing that makes sense. Out because I didn't Photoshop. But when you go to TikTok right now, people are still defending. Like,
Yeah.
why are we so ignorant?
Yeah. No. Hey, Inti, my guys, listen, we've just read someone share this beginning. I don't want to keep it long. This document is a clear picture of some families in Ghana. Ashantifoa, this or Ahimfo Semono, they feel like they've been left out or they are in a shadow of others. And there, you see, I don't think I otete a bar, otete for mine, yentete ba for a fee. You see, yawa Canada hano. There are so many nationalities, and then me okom schools bimua. It is Asian, and as a Tamil or Sikh for a celebrity. February no menso me de kente ene mani ama me tutu ye de ko celebrate de ko decorate school mo ebedum rebi so bi so be sorry say so the world has a space for all of us obroni nim santi o and odi emra by say nobody is above anybody say na be ya busenko bi sorry da achi bi nka say kuro we ye ndia eno na ye hu no. But my question is, say, Ghana ni wakan ejapadi ono ewe no unkan ya me pese okokan. Let me just end here. Now, I am just baffled with the fact that people in Ashanti region, in particular, and this thing goes to them. You've been used, and the Northerners or anybody else, you've been used by the Akufo-Addo government to accomplish everything that their family members always, just like Hitler. When at the time Hitler be sa we the most atrocious way like me who which event besides the slavery time, which event was the most difficult time in our like in our time, our history, historically, no, the genocide. You see, Hitler shed that a time Jew for why? Because nana no more omo aim ni so be wipe Jew for us. So one can yeah, you see, history is good. It was 100 years later. This is 100 years later. Hitler came to fulfill the ambitions and the mandates of his grand history, because you can't to team say German belongs to them. And now all Christian no muchiri Jesus no muku Jesus. And obey no the biggest human waste machine. From no better you know see a whole plant outside the city. And now so Jenny bi obehu Jew ni bia wo krom omo etu amona ko shemu omo drowning ye omo ku omo market and kitten because akwala ni su soldier for hwehwe omo ntie be hu omo this it oko German there are 30 things we ye ukwa them for 30 years oma year no punishment no to the 30 things, you know, because if you remind them of any more of World War II, this is exactly what is going on. The family achim, their families bia almost say Ghana no ya ma recognition before and after. 1957. JB Dankwa school na Akufo-Addo person change, it was all in the plan. Enema JB Dankwa Dino, it was all in the plan to elevate the Achim stool or crown. They don't believe Ashantis are should be in a spotlight. They don't believe say Ghana no yebom. And this is dangerous for development. I don't know nipa obeji Ghana wo ade we hu except for mu Ghana for and I'm betting me aje mu. Papa Xavier o de be beka ho na ya next week he met also from the banking sector no phase 2. Na ye de ashe next week I say or TikTok. They say there be a menya Bible, making kind Bible we mu. And no be save Ghana because
Bible no dey ensave Ghana. Bet
oh.
me train, but ensave yen. You see, you were talking about how good for oil and buy, and me the 1 minute back can once. And let me remind Ghanaians, Baumia or your puppet. Baumia was promised. Baumia a second Kwame Nkrumah in the opposite direction. Oh, kind history now heard the history about Nkrumah and the Dankwa family. Kwame of us or more cause of hatred the man Nkrumah now. They were ready to use Nkrumah to gain this political power. And Nkrumah it mean ya with tre and as J or my dream children to mua. And right now no, and there will be a monarchy in Ghana.
That's true.
This is what people need to cast their mind back. But Nkrumah fight is idea no. Into a fight we no who say Nkrumah any bread no. Then there was changes there. I know there. I will not go there right now. And there was changes, and that's how the history was made. Eti Baumiano second Nkrumah in the opposite direction say this time no. Baby omudi Baumia kwa kudru no. He will not fail them. Say Baumia emeyu omuma. Enti let me know can gold for oil yourself. Madam, there is nothing like gold for oil for Ghana. The gold for oil is the actual version of the Ajapadia deal, Ajapadia royalty deal. Answer Sidino. Ajapadia royalty deal don't answer Sidino because unim who kind about mining oil and gas industry now, the extractive industry now. And go forward on. I incorporate extended Ajapa LLC New Jersey. It's a one almost talking gold we are free Ghana ekogu. And almost talking gold we are free Ghana ekodu. And the omude Ajapa royalty ne ba say okay Ghana ye gold home first will be na ye nya no. Yen some amount of $500 million. Ye made in ne. Na first one ye benya gold mo no. Ye dia kwa kutua sa aka no. Amankofo bi a yempon Ghana fo nim omo. Ghana fo nim sa ankofo no bo hye ade na chi no. The minority in parliament authority ya Ghana fo bebre na authority as ade no. Now they found a different way to deceive Ghanaians. This is what brought about the gold for oil. Ghanaians need to open their mind. And the gold for oil no enye bibi say ya fa Ghana gold bi akoto oil bi. There is nothing like that. Ghanaians need to be, sorry to say, wise enough to understand these things. And you gold no more they call it $12 million cano. And you come the koto oil brain ya isambe ya kadia to Ghana so they took the gold for free. And almost $12 million cabe to Ghana so scar almost on the koto oil brain almost and to Ghana so there's nothing like say you do gold jakwaji oil. And you fake. But thing now no say echo in their direction. After Ghana for any beba so into yen use the vice president.
Mm.
And omu use Baumia in that goal for oil deal to replace the Japade royalties now person more na and then in the Amas one. And omunya kwan it is Ghana good. Edikugu amanone. And that is why now ohu ya Akufo-Addo all fly with private jet.
Oh.
And if you don't follow their style of governance, now won't go into this book because book nepi they cannot follow the same trend. And I was say omu yusu with the help of the media. And Monica Kacho say they have placed their people there in the media. They champion it fast into the brains of Ghanaians. They garnish it. They make it look like say rare thing media Ghana for. But when you deep into it, now kind book now you see say be a fake. A camouflage be keke. The Ghana for, but ukomwa it is to benefit them. And these people know they don't care about any amount to be a ebeko bibiamu because Sikana or Tria media and then one the adeno or agent for a state resources. So they don't lose in anything. They don't lose in anything with this Ghana. No. They don't lose anything. Yes, Ghana for the lose. But the money sika mum na it I don't know. Some catch us say a Japan royalties. You got $500 million about also 1 print. Okay, yati, and yes, good for oil. Yet oil, yet good to oil ba. Mutra, almost have a catch Ghana for say a Japan client me and you work out $12 million. And where gold no fair nobody coin, fair no oil, fair nobody buy. And then I work out $12 million. And with the $12 million in the crown over public account committee or more reporter. You see clearly say scannable $12 million. And the Ghanaians will know this particular government wa bra omuni abem.
Yeah.
They will know, yes, when near who near among 4 years or more leaky, the one they are doing no near who. But deep down, near Ghana phone you don't go there. And this particular man, Gabi Asalochodakono, Onikino Furiata, any Akufo-Addo. They are very dangerous to this development of this country. With the help of Amwatia of the Pani. And the last time Kevin Taylor had this particular king say, chief say, Ni did the krata abiso. And so Nimse krata no so Nimuria, he should come out. Now Omeka say krata no Nimuria. And Papa need to me mabunting. And let me tell you, Ghana ni bia otie mi bia no. Unya kwan na ukosu subribi ocheman na himfia. Hwe ba bia papa ne tena no. Ne soro sa picture na da paper na nim no ebo ho. Ba bia papa ne tena. Yes. Picture na odi to so first no. Ba bia na konyo ni sina na ebo soro. So somebody should not take Ghanaians say this document is fake. And no na me NPP for be kasa. And this particular document edema almost said this kwanya Akufo-Addo fast or they Yaosafo Mafuba. No, that one, that particular one.
This one, okay.
That one. Eboho, you also be boy beyond Casabua. You need Papa him see beyond catch them semi boy. Eboho. Me catch more about how Akufo-Addo ended the bush for planning here. E put to Yaosafo Mafuba to snake hono. Me document nature na what they did, they say they don't want to read it.
Ah.
Yes.
Are
This is
they
what the
animals?
NPP support.
Are some people just animals? And I say they stop themselves. I say so ya bo mu dua say ni ebema wako animu no menko sombosom.
Yes, that is it. That is it. That is it. Most of the NPP people know they don't want to see this document. They don't want to open it. What we will say is say, oh, amubwa. But the content in a woman and kasano, the person don't want to open it. Because Obian was rational being or better this document we. I can even the introduction of the document in one was here and the NPP.
Yeah, yeah,
They can't handle it. Wakuma krabe bufo.
yeah.
So paper way, document way, they don't want to touch it. These people no omo etimi ehu say gold concession a Ghana nyina no yemfa ye mining companies omo ye affiliate to us. Yemfa nko na the mining companies no say small scale mining. Omo nyina to gold na ye na ye beto. And you say before no na say obi to gold na so ye gold mining company na otimi the gold no kwam on no akope the partners no motimi ato gold no wanye sika.
Yeah.
But and then these people no omo the Ghana sika na to gold no. This is what Ghanaians need to know.
Ah,
Wemu. This is what they do. Omo the Ghana sika eto gold no omo the sponsor mining companies. It who we are gold ning na the bro in returns. Then they will pay you. Then you go back to site. And until now we call site to be soldier for about buying. This is what they are doing.
so they are losing the miners now losing money because they've blocked the market, international market, you know.
Yeah, they block the international market because the gold value chain omo energy siano omo ne abrofo edili. It's a we internal small scale miner. To send you want to be more na omo ne dealing to your international partners. You don't have.
Oh. You wonder, say, omo tutu gold in Yinano. You wonder where they sell their golds.
Now you understand it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we will get into this document and you understand because I mean my kind document. No, I read it. Every day be a person bufu be no make kind.
See, every day be a me how the man who blood pressure no.
Oh yeah. Every day be a person bufu be no. So document we are na make kind. Because document we so we are Ghana ni ba. Na sabio so fruma extra man Ghana mu. Na also pe Ghana say o man ya. You don't need to leave this document aside. This is stronger and bigger than our constitution. As it stands now, no document we near me woman no. A year adwuma sin yen constitution. Yen cast a birth certificate into me kyerɛ sɛ we Ghana ni ewom.
Yeah.
Ewom.
All of that. All of that. Oh.
Ni nyina wom bibia wom. Enti the decision of even the judicial service of the country no. Ni nyina no e book nim. So what are you telling me is our country? You don't have a country. You are just living in a jungle. Uti baby obi betimi control. And when you read this document, you do know that these people they have even international partners.
Yeah. I saw that one.
Because at the end of the they cannot just do it alone. No. Omo CSOs omo bo omo chidom. To say could be to be. All the nice omo children kwasi assembly. All of them, no, they are included because omo and they trio omo agenda omo they set Mahama up against Ghanaians. They pay them, and they are still on their payroll. Kwame Sefa kind womb, but I don't watch womb. So what you tell you that we are Ghanaian here, you don't need to use your brain. These guys through the national security as per the document. Not less than 1 billion Ghana cedi a month. Say, because national security in India, you very music. It say a drop security budget, near the more than account. then they will pay them.
Papa Xavier, mamema we wesifem na anka ono so anka na adwene na yenhwe ne yemfampon. I don't want to go further. It's 1 hour already. Na
Yeah.
obi ni enkokan. We are going to dissect this document na yen wow befafa me nua. Se se ade obi ameha ne ho metietie mu me shove the truth under your throat anymore. Ade ni ni umu a emfa. Tell ti ase. Nti Papa Xavier, nyame nhyira wo yebehia ewo we ekuro no so wan.
Mate.
Ya free ekuro no TikTok no visa. Share here wo.
Is that a credit also?
Ekuro no doso nti yebehia wo za the other kuro no so wan.
Is it I'm report to be page, you know. I'm report to be page, you know. Is it about go off for 5 days? I'm saying then are you okay? Maybe
Omo report I no report to we so Facebook because I'm normally because so o de mama me can visa asem sisi na ha de 500 to 200 no mo gina so no mo hwe Ghana for your problem unfortunately say ya na ye be omo defend omo ti abrochima mu no kure ni nyame anim say de omo hu Ghana sa no mo abrochi wa a lot of me fan say funding ne resources any so much information people can get me catch o me papa panyini kuro ti kuro mu kuro nim niama say enkofo MPP fo bi bebre there's so many things they are not benefiting I say papa bi a owo ne last na wagye atum say okodi ne last na wawu omo ne ani daso no sa na MPP fo aye oto boat cruise ticket na oto ye no esan say na adwene that no hope ninti no wan hwe ticket ne so baby a won say boat cruise ko a ye wo cabinet baby a wo pe floor we na baby oto ye no say na breakfast ka ho odors champagne omo de nam corridor ho no pie na say wo beto a na wagibi wi aja wakọ no okọ no one kind she no near ni da so nti no or the cookies ne ne ma ne hye ne bag okọ share ne cabinet mu 3 days 2 days or both cruise no for 5 days 3 days when pie because ono de just say wato ne ho prumu ni wiase ni na oni ani da so bia sa na NPP for bebre yete they cannot see themselves discovering or even making things possible for themselves to even look, research, and sort of just this world is such an activative substance, a solution. You activate. Some people don't know these things. They don't know the law of karma, the law of this universe, the law of two. Omunim say ewiase no enua ya wo he enye say wo de ade a seed baby ese say enyini eye anuam asase no mu to de to ho ebenyini. They don't know that 3 days no eja the third day no pie and obi nam ho with very nice champagne. I say, sir, would you like to? I say, oh, I can't afford it. I say, no, it's part of your package. Guess what? He has already lost the whole 3 days of dancing, a lot of crabs, and namne and case odi biscuit, any juice, and what the cabin no. That is how some of the recipes are. Papa, I was shopping. So always be curious and to research, and even say yes, what time for or person no di nkoma akokotena se na di nkwohwe ne opa so obeka kire wo ebia na oba beton bibia ma ofo so de besewo nso na wo no esan say we activate no what the be changing it to be your blessing. That is how the world is. We need to learn from it. We agyapade phase 1 and phase 2 and ye de abre no ye da wase me sure say wa share video no obi bia wo hwe me follow my page, re-click on the bell notifications and all those things, reactivate it. almost say usan resetting the people will hear the notification. People are not getting the notification. Even I was Toronto, huh? And if I was say, oh, life for me, who be on, say, yes, Metiasia, yet to give Nasia. Sa na yebekono. Nyame nhyira mo. I'm doing well, Neps. I'm doing very well. So yebe meet again, Savior. Why?
All right, madam. Mate. Omusunya kwan etie yen so yedo omu nyina ase, and going forward we are going to do it more. We are going to explain things because yenim say bebre na so omaso na edi nemu going forward no bebre so besesa eno na beboa ama Ghana atimi akonanim because ye mu bi no say Ghana nye yi ye ntimi nye yi it was say Ghana yi ansana yen so yetimi ayi. We cannot sit in a country a youth afi na onyini afi no person bobra obeto cement more than 100 Ghana cedis, and that is we Ghana ni we youth economically no we failure. No matter what you are gaining from the country, no, you cannot use it to do anything. The Ghanaians need to understand these things. Say near cost winning nyina ene enkane a yedundum ni nyina no a form of say yenye money nye time na do baby kura na yenka se the commercial private sector no munjin tum.
Yeah.
And no more yet. These people, they don't care about you.
So that one is part of it. So and this is the state acquisition now.
Agenda. When you read the document, almost say the first phase now accommodate ton ECG diama PDS no. Because of say go include a non-achieving people no. They were greedy. Emma omoto ebete. And who are those? Okay, say tape BPA ya amount for say we so per this percentage we so be intended the so we so be say no.
Wow. Ghana no no. Yeah,
oh yeah. Sanity.
I'm for as a Ghanaian, we are nation naked. I mean, I'm so sorry, but I've never heard. I mean, I read some books. I will back me, but I've read some scandals, political scandals. But this is top. This is top, especially for a country like Ghana. This is top. A country that doesn't have that infrastructure. We are not stable economically. We are not stable. But I couldn't have a kokoro so America omo bokoro no so still as kegu so what you say papa ya besan ye biom next weekend na ya to aso with the phase 3 no no wa chire mu wa kan so mema wa sha ase na wo wa kan
ye be yi o de pro to that no ho ye be hu the important keys now omatimi implement na yetimi afa achirechiremu ama Ghana for atiase.
Okay.
Yeah, because omo factors bibre omo the Rollins factor, Kennedy factor, Kwame Sefa John Boadu, Osla Usu, each and everyone biano. Yes, omo run play. Into NPP, the ambassador make one consider say, and we are Ghana youth. Na NPP now you so no more mausika. Sikano, and ya be a human. It's an agenda. It will seek an idea amount, I'm a word feeling say you are part of it, keke.
Yeah.
I don't get no, you are over by your aquadia mom because one sumo one maybe beban won't mean it.
Exactly.
When they see, say, when you rise up against them, being with them today, next maybe you rise up against them, they will find their way out and eliminate you.
You see, I love this country's history. This is a government history to clear. This should have been like a second phase of our constitution, like Canada Hanomo, the Charter of Right, the Charter of them and the church or to guide the constitution. So what you say, and there are secret way a breaky there are so many policies on my it tears apart people who are gangs. So this cartel is a gang way against Ghana's development. What was said in there, any Ebia no money government, they want to be powerful enough to manipulate the system to work for them. That means NDC never power. NDC who were Jumaye. Say NDC never power.
Sir, looking at PDS, okay, PDS, you know, the whole issue is say let's go out there and bring out a private entity or you much resourceful. Or bet me about investing in energy sector. Now, for some years, no, what me at the energy sector net me a. And what did they do? Almost say no, young cassa young moya. Now, young fa at the end of moya, boabra, you need to kuyeni dama at the babishim. It at of the day, no, yeah, but make a country, no, as an investor, all about my more, only way, only 1,000, only kobo. Into on one cassa add your minor resources. A sign, I can say, yeah, take over PDS. It at of the day, no, PDS now was a obi edisi kabishim. Now, on money and crata same who say, oh, as soon as you were now in this kababishim, or you're more resourceful, reliable, or good insurance, and as a good security and nay a chinabi say, or Boka Krana, you bet me a insurance company no. Yeka at it no. Omoka say no. And with bank guarantee and I was an Komu Edical Parliament no. Baumia, anyone transit as a son. Echo ye insurance guarantee. And what was the insurance guarantee? An insurance company and I was kata and I'm fire. And company and the Bible say, no, we are a reputable company. Yet we must find you yes, sir, near my bonnet into Mobua. And one with PDS, no, a horse so much like you saw Baumia, and come about the Baumia agent. Baumia, you role play our MPP Musesiano or your agent, too. He's not a vice president. Baumia is just an agent. So more ya adiana so mu say eni beba super. No mo di Baumia koye. No more use media no a champion. Can you? Baumia agent keke. Yes, or agent keke. Say from bank guarantee to insurance guarantee, but we are the parliament no e sign you fake. Enti omo use Baumia to the extent say ene if Baumia ain't supporting omo call now. Baumia deny say I did we meet me to us be now. But be omo de Baumia answer constitution no. They will use the same document no. Amumo send the Baumia to court and they can prosecute Baumia in any way.
Oh.
So that is the dangerous aspect. Pastors, anyone they are doing now, they have got them. They can prosecute many pastors or more into businesses.
I saw we fly over USA, BG. Yama, me say, Ghana for the just say ya will be muso moment break into or by US and Kofu Beji Jessica 100, 200, 300. If you crack you or more mortgage way, equity at the Akochiyama or Sofona or what two identity no for way cathedral.
Yeah.
Or no,
But Mama, only Mammy can be now before we chat.
Okay.
Yeah. A lot of Ghanaians are outside there. But it's just like 30% of Ghanaians outside there are intelligent and smart. They just travel to see and make ready for themselves. But sir, you took an ABA agreement. They are not.
No.
Yeah, they are not. And I think say I know nearby we cause one. The last week Mikato said when you merge your tribe into governance and politics, automatically no. Ube obi accept you unimnyansa. Automatically. So merge your tribe into governance and politics,
Yeah.
Uber you be automatically no nyansa. Enti obi ebetimi I get all the PhDs, all the HNDs. And they be also on your beer woman. But if you nyansa now, betimi they can't say mama party and one who says Bajan Bana Casano and Bonum.
Yeah. True.
Enti aban we no. They are ruling Ghana with book knowledge, without wisdom.
That's right.
Omu di Ghana with book knowledge, without wisdom. Enti
Yeah.
ade bi on be biano. Obi a wako school, you be say, oh, I didn't know and say, Sana ye can book,
Yeah,
Sana
that's
tie.
right. That's
But
right.
Obi on one co school, as Sian son or this bonny brand, Obi say, ah, before we far, we must also go school. And I said,
Mhm.
the answer, Oman co school in Panke.
It doesn't
Sana
connect.
tie. It doesn't connect.
They don't
No, no, no,
connect
no, no, no.
on a human level. And I know
No, 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 no.
there's a way I to say you need to educate yourself spiritually. You need to educate yourself mentally, physically, intellectually. All those things are linked in the children curriculum. They give them things what kind from the curriculum for grade 1 students, even from kindergarten, the things they teach them. Right now they are on conceptual learning, which is to understand how the world works, how to connect your feelings to other things, how to preserve and be safe yourself and keep other people safe. That this is a kindergarten curriculum. How do you keep yourself safe and keeping other people safe? How do you sort of identify safe environment? Oh, baby, now when you're safer, how do you detect it? How do you identify feelings? All those things, learning. But Ghana, no, those things are disconnected. Book, no, Oba Montia, the world is a foreign. Oba Montia, Oko Yarefo, they don't connect emotionally. No empathy. Bibisa, but empathy statement, oh my God, go to the kindergarten classroom. Empathy statement is all over the place. All these people are disconnected, and I can see that, which is very sad. Papa Nyankopon Shira, Yebesan Asia, na watching
Mama, yeah, you be here, you be here.
that's it.